I remember the first test, those stark white lines staring back my chest tightening like a vice. Henry smiled, soft-kissed my temple, his voice a murmur. Next time, he said. But next time came and went, each failure carving a deeper gap. His touch grew hesitant, kisses, rare voice quieter until the space between us stretched wide cold. I was reaching for someone who wasn't there anymore. That's when I made a choice, one I never thought I'd make. At first, the appointments felt hopeful. Henry came with me, asked sharp questions, held my hand in the sterile waiting rooms. But time wore us down. His encouragement faded to silence, his steady presence dimmed to something distant. "It'll happen when it happens," he said one night back turned in bed, his words heavy, final. I stared at the ceiling, feeling the weight of his indifference sink deep. We stopped laughing, stopped sharing anything beyond the bare necessities. Conversations turned to clipped exchanges punctuated by tense silences or strained glances. Our love, once a lifeline, frayed thin, teetering on the edge. Henry stayed late at work, hunched over his phone, its glow lighting the distance in his eyes. Arguments were rare, but petty dinner plans, forgotten bills, each small clash leaving me lonelier. I wanted to believe it was a phase, that we'd find our way back to the warmth we once had. But weeks turned to months, and hope grew heavy, hard to hold. Our Seattle home was quiet, too quiet, the weight of another failed appointment crushing me. I poured a glass of wine, sank into the couch, phone in hand, looking for distraction, not answers. That's when I saw him. His profile picture stopped me, a smile alive with something I'd forgotten: freedom. Photos of hikes, beach nights, friends laughing, a lightness that mocked my own heavy life. I scrolled, lost in his world, each image pulling me deeper. It felt harmless just looking. Then I typed, fingers moving before my mind caught up. "Hey, we've got mutual friends. Small world." I hit send, heart skipping, no time to second guess. He replied fast, almost too fast. "Crazy how that happens, right?" The messages started light, friends, travel, small things, but they didn't stop. Weeks passed, our texts a lifeline, his words warm, alive, pulling me from the fog. He asked questions, listened, really listened. When I spilled how hard things were, he didn't shrug it off. "Sounds like you're carrying too much alone," he said. "You deserve to feel wanted." Those words stuck, looping in my mind, haunting. I hadn't felt wanted in too long. Henry's affection had dulled to routine, while this stranger's voice sparked something I'd missed. I told myself it was nothing, just talk, just friendly. But deep down, I knew I was on a ledge, teetering. When we decided to meet, I called it coffee, just a chat with someone who got it. I wanted to believe it was innocent. The Seattle cafe felt too close, voices of other patrons loud in the dim light. I checked my phone, palms damp on the warm ceramic mug, untouched. My mind raced, insisting this was casual, friendly, nothing more. Then he walked in, Mark, carrying an ease that quickened my pulse. His eyes found me, a warm smile breaking across his face, and the cafe faded. He pulled out the chair across from me, a simple gesture Henry hadn't done in years. "Good to see you," he said, voice steady, real. I barely managed a smile, heart thudding. We started with small talk, weather, traffic, parking gripes, but soon it turned deeper. I opened up, sharing things I hadn't said aloud in months, not even to Henry. "It's like I'm stuck in a loop," I admitted, voice smaller than I meant. "Appointments, tests, waiting for something that never comes." His face softened, he nodded, thoughtful. "That's a lot to carry alone," he said. "No one should have to." His words hit deep, unlocking something I'd buried. Henry's responses had turned cold, resigned, but this man listened like it mattered. We talked about everything: his work, his hobbies, my struggle to feel normal. With each word, the tension shifted my shoulders, easing my eyes, meeting his freer. There was a current, quiet but undeniable, like the first gust of a storm you can't see yet. When the coffee was gone, neither of us moved, like leaving would break something fragile. But reality crept in. I glanced at my phone time, pulling me back. He stood as I did, chair scraping lightly. My hand reached for my purse, his brushed mine, brief but electric, startling me. I stepped back, cheeks flushing. His eyes lingered just a moment too long. "Glad we did this," he said, voice warm even. "It was good to talk." "Yeah," I replied, voice catching. We stepped outside, cool air hitting me, words failing. He smiled again, easy, effortless, then turned away. I watched him disappear around the corner, a mix of anticipation and guilt twisting in my chest. Driving home, the thrill wouldn't fade, a mark I couldn't shake. His apartment was thick with heat, alive with energy. As I stepped inside, I felt him before I saw him. Mark's presence filling the room like a held breath. My pulse pounded, fingers trembling as I set my bag down. The door clicked shut, and I turned, finding him too close, the space between us gone. His hand grazed my arm, a spark shooting down my spine. He tilted his head, eyes searching mine, then reached again, fingers trailing slow up my shoulder. I exhaled, shaky body swaying toward him without thought. His other hand cupped my cheek, warm, steady, his breath mingling with mine, sending a shiver through me. Our lips met, and the world dissolved. The kiss was soft at first, testing, then deeper, hungry, his mouth pressing with a need that stole my breath. His hand tangled in my hair, pulling me closer like he couldn't get enough. I clutched his shirt, desperate for his warmth, fingers fumbling with buttons, tugging fabric until it fell away. His chest was firm, muscles taut under my hands. His touch roamed, following the curve of my waist, my back arching as he pulled me tight. My dress slipped, straps falling, his hands tracing bare skin, cool air meeting the heat of his touch. Each graze of his fingers sparked a new wave burning through me. He pressed me back, lips trailing my jaw, teeth grazing my neck. I gasped, hands gripping his shoulders for balance, his kisses hungrier, exploring my collarbone, my throat. My head tilted back, offering more, his lips and tongue claiming every inch. My knees weakened, his touch a fire I couldn't escape. We moved wordlessly, bodies leading. His hands found my hips, lifting me steady, sure carrying me to the bed's edge. My fingers traced his arms, hard lines under skin, as he lowered me, his weight settling over me, pinning me to the mattress. His hands never stopped, deliberate, each touch a claim. His lips found mine again, deeper, fiercer hands sliding up my sides, over my ribs, down my thighs. The pressure of his grip made me shudder, my hands gliding down his back, feeling muscle shift. His movements were deliberate, unhurried, but charged a pulse that quickened my heart. My legs wrapped around him, pulling him closer, the friction electric, every touch a spark. He whispered my name, Clara, voice low, raw, like a bolt through me. I moaned softly, hands sliding to his waist, urging him on. His kisses deepened, demanding hands gripping my thighs as he moved, his strength overwhelming, relentless. Every nerve in me burned alive, tuned to his touch. The room filled with ragged breaths, soft whispers, gasps breaking the silence. Time vanished, nothing left but the rhythm of our bodies, the heat, the closeness. When it ended, we lay still, breaths, heavy, bodies tangled. I stared at the ceiling, skin flushed, pulse racing, his arm draped over my waist. I closed my eyes, aftershocks humming through me. The line was crossed, no going back. But lying there, his breath matching mine, I felt alive, truly alive, for the first time in years. I stood smoothing my dress, catching my reflection in the mirror. eyes wide-flushed, unrecognizable. I adjusted my hair, hands unsteady, then turned to the door. "I should go," I said, voice small. He didn't stop me. Said nothing as I stepped into the hall, cool air hitting me like a slap. Reality sank in, but regret didn't follow. Something in me had shifted, permanent, undeniable. It started small, morning nausea, foods I loved turning my stomach. I brushed it off, blaming stress, the weight of another month gone. But the signs didn't fade. One morning, hands shaking, I grabbed a test from the bathroom drawer. I stared at the plastic stick. 2 pink lines staring back my chest, tight, breath shallow. I knew before I saw it, but the confirmation hit different. 2 lines, not Henry's. I leaned against the counter, staring at my reflection, pale, trembling, a stranger. Henry didn't need to know I could keep this secret, spare him the hurt. That's what I told myself, hiding the test, stepping away. Henry's eyes lit up when I told him, his arms wrapping me tight, voice breaking with joy. "We did it," he whispered. I let him believe it, let him have the moment we'd waited for. His hands cupped my face, kissing me, his voice trembling with gratitude. I wanted to hold that image, Henry, smiling, eyes bright, planning late nights for nurseries, baby names. But each moment of his joy twisted something in me, sharp, heavy. I played my part, smiling at his excitement, kissing him back, nodding at his dreams of our future. Night after night, I lay awake, his hand soft on my belly, the weight of my lie heavier than ever. I told myself it was for him, for us, that this would fix the cracks between us. But the truth lingered unshakable. One evening, he handed me a small wooden box, a handwritten letter inside for our unborn child, words of love, dreams, the family he'd always wanted. My chest tightened, fingers trembling as I read each line, a knife. I slipped into the bathroom, clutching the box, staring at my reflection, a woman I didn't know. My vision blurred the truth, echoing I wasn't just lying to Henry, I was lying to myself. I couldn't break his happiness, couldn't face losing him. I set the box down, wiped my tears, and stepped back to the bedroom. Henry smiled, reaching for me. I smiled back, praying it looked real. Some truths are too heavy to speak, some lies too big to undo. So I stayed, I smiled, I played the part he needed. Because deep down, I knew if the truth came out, it wouldn't just break Henry, it would ruin us both. This wasn't the happy story I wanted, but it's the one I chose. What would you do in my place? Drop it in the comments. Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Don't miss what's next.